Well, as mentioned yesterday, I've had a pay rise up from £240 a week to the giddy heights of £500 a week. That's a significant pay rise. That means it's time to move house. I've had a look around Gainsborough. I can't find any way to spend £100,000 on a house in Gainsborough. At least that is a massive improvement on the house that we're already in. So we've looked a little bit further afield, less than 10 miles away, Scunthorpe. I hear they have a football club as well. But look at this house, £110,000, 3-bed, semi-detached house. This is nicer than the house I live in real life. Look at this. Look, in the garden, there's a little den. A little blue playhouse at the back of the garden. I mean, the contact details for the estate agent are on there. If you live in the Scunthorpe area and you're not looking at this house, I don't understand. I might move to Scunthorpe. Hello and welcome to Season 3, Part 1 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we've got all the summer transfers, you know the drill, plus our first game of the league season against Corby, who, if they'd have been in the Conference North 2 seasons ago, would be the team we were managing now, because they're traditionally the team I rotate with Boston to decide who to start as each year, but they got relegated. That's why we're in Gainsborough. Talking of Gainsborough, they've only gone and bought the blooming ground, which, I mean, on the face of it, seems like really good news. Unfortunately, it's cost £1.1 million. If you've been paying any kind of attention to our finances over the last 2 years, and I really hope somebody has been, you'll know that we can't afford £1.1 million. We've taken out a loan that's costing us £10,000 a month to pay back. How do we look at debts? Here we go. They've taken out a loan of £1.08 million, which we're paying back at £9,500 a month for the next 10 years. We cannot afford that. We were running at a massive deficit already. The board have had to throw nearly £200,000 into the club just over the summer just to keep us afloat. The projections are terrifying. At the end of 2 years' time, £1.5 million in the red. It's kind of now or never for us at Gainsborough. Yes, they've given us a nice pay rise. Yes, we're now in a nice fancy house with a blue playhouse in the garden that I already love. But if we don't go up this season, in fact, to be honest, go up or not, we're going out of business within the next year and a half. So I need to impress a bigger club this season by winning the title and then moving on to someone else in the Conference National, or maybe even higher. I think we've reached that point. And for once, yes, I've not done much to help secure the financial future of the club. I mean, yeah, we're well over the wage budget. That's how we do. But the board have just made a stupider decision than anything I've ever done. And when Gainsborough Trinity go out of business, it will be their fault. Because of all this, I feel like I've been sort of hampered on my summer transfer business. You might say that bringing in 20 players doesn't suggest that at all, but almost all of these are on non-contract basis. We've lost a lot of significant squad members who we've had to scale down to non-contract because we couldn't justify. Jake Picton, for example, we couldn't justify having him on £200 a week like he was, bearing in mind our financial situation. We put him on non-contract. Someone snapped him up straight away. Jack Gurr is another one. Went down to non-contract, was on it for 2 days, and he's gone off to Eastleigh. Other regular members of the squad. I mean, Eddie Oshodi came in from Chelmsford on non-contract on the 8th of June. Came in from Wealdstone, on the 8th of June. Left to go to Chelmsford on the 21st of July. I mean, what do you do with that? David Roberts was a massive, massive loss. He's gone off to Eastleigh, but we couldn't afford to keep him. John Mann, see, I've learnt to say his name, didn't play that season, who really cares? Terry Galbraith has gone. Elliot Chamberlain has gone, and some players who have been mentioned at some point in the past but have never really played. We've brought in a whole load more players. I'm not going to go through them at all because most of them, this batch certainly, were all signed off the back of the English trial date. We just signed anyone on non-contract who would take non-contract and who our scouts reckon was any good. So those came in to fill the squad out because the squad was looking terrifyingly small. Significant players who've come in over the summer are the ones that are going to be in the team for today's game. So let's have a look at the team for that very game. So we stick with George Willis in goal, but we've got some new faces in our back four. First of which is Joe Doyle, who, this is the reason we weren't so worried about Jack Gurr leaving the club. Joe Dorr is a 22-year-old right back who can also play on the right-hand side of midfield. He's got only 2.5-star current ability, but a massive 4.5-star potential ability. He was considered already better than Gurr. He's going to become a good Vanarama national right back. He's been playing for Alverton in this league for the last couple of years. I think we've traded up there. That's an improvement. Having Joe Doyle at right back, that's a good thing. Left back, we also have a new player, Jake Green, 24-year-old, 2.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. There's an argument to be said that he's not as good as Roberts was, but Roberts wanted to. We couldn't tie him down to a longer contract. We couldn't offer him money to say he wouldn't sign anything part-time. He clearly wanted to leave. Green's been playing for Matlock for the last couple of years below our level, but he's been playing quite well for him. Bags of goals and assists and man of the matches and whatnot. So hopefully we'll see something good from him. We got Frankie Masonda on loan for another season. So he was obviously with us all last year. Good to have him back for another season. He's going to partner Joe Cook at the back, as he did for almost all of last season. Midfield, we haven't really had to change anything because I think that was our strength last year. So we've still got Dale with them, although there are clubs constantly trying to take him away from us. He is out of contract. He's on non-contract. He won't sign a proper part-time deal for anything less than about £600 a week. We can't pay him that, obviously. So he may well be about to leave, but Sam Wright is still in there alongside him as a ball-winning midfielder. Brogan is still there on the left, and Jordan Wright is still there as our right wing. And Nathan Jarman, as you can see, he's still at the club, but currently under bid. He's another one who is on non-contract terms. I'm not keen to give him another year's contract because he wasted it last season. So if he scores a hat-trick today, we'll perhaps offer him a deal. If not, he's probably going to go to Lowestoft or whoever else he might go to. Outside of these guys who are, a lot of it is our team from last year, but we have got a completely new look bench. So Leighton Smith is a new guy who's come in as a backup goalkeeper for us. He comes in from Warrington. Played a lot of games for them. Looks like he could be quite good. He's obviously not up to George Willis's standard, but a perfectly adequate backup goalkeeper for this level. Steve Thomason came in at a time when we didn't think we were going to get Masonda back. And I had visions of this guy being our first choice centre-back this year. He might still become that. He came in from Tamworth, where he's been playing for the last couple of years. Hang about. So he signed for us at the end of last season. That's a little bit misleading. But he didn't play at all for Tamworth last year. How has that happened? I'm confused. We didn't have him all last season, surely. No. Let's check the date he signed. Imagine if we've had this guy for it. No, we didn't. That's all right then. So he was at Hemel Hempstead, but didn't play for them at all. And it's now not showing on his... I don't understand. Just don't understand what's happened there. That's confused me. Callum Bullock is to offer some competition for Jordan Wright. Bags of potential. Like the look of this lad. 20 years old. Came in from Manchester City. He's one of the ones that we got as a result of the trial day. And Connor Robinson is a backup striker. Another one who came through the trial day, I believe. No, he didn't. He's a former Gainsborough player. Was on loan with us several years back now from Lincoln. He's since been doing the rounds a little bit. We got 18 goals in 42 games for Curzon Ashton last year. And somehow, in my coffee break that I just had, I forgot to mention Tyrone O'Neill, who is one who we got through the trial day. He's come in from Middlesbrough, and he is a 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability striker. Apparently the best striker at the club. So that's a positive. Other significant players who've come in over the summer, if we just switch this up to show current roles, because there's a couple who've picked up injuries. Josh Wilson has come in. He's 30 years old, but he has scored goals-ish at this level. 10 goals in 2 years. But he's a target man. He offers something a little bit different. We're not going to play him very often, but if we need to switch things up a bit, he's an option as a target man for us. So Josh Wilson comes in. He's on non-contract, and at the time I was panicking that we wouldn't be able to sign anyone. Alex Kaffline. Is it Kaffline, maybe? 21-year-old, 2.5-star current ability, but 5-star potential ability. Comes in from Dunstable, where he has been scoring goals. And I like the look of this lad. Long-term replacement for anyone, really. Hopefully he'll turn out to be any good. Micah Evans is still knocking around. Who else have we still got here? Not many options, really. Kyle Porter is a surprise because we didn't play him at all last year. 18-year-old who was on loan with us all last year from Scunthorpe. But I don't know. He must have had started having 3 shredded wheat for breakfast rather than 2 over the summer because he's suddenly shot up to apparently be a 4-star current ability player, which he was nowhere near last year. So you might be seeing a little bit more of Kyle Porter. Who knows? I've not got him in the team straight away because Witham's still here, and I imagine he's about to leave, just like Jarman is. So Porter will slot in there, Robinson will slot in there, and we'll see where we go from there. I imagine there's going to be lots of comings and goings this season because very few of these players are on contracts. I don't really understand how we are supposedly spending £7,750 a week. Who writes this? Nearly £8,000 a week. Let's talk properly. I assume it's taking into account expected appearance fees because we certainly don't have that many people actually tied down to contracts. If we have a little look, people who are actually on contracts, yeah, it's less than £4,000. So where's the other £4,000 going? Tell me we're not paying staff £4,000 a week. I know we've got a lot of staff, but we can't be paying them that much. No, we've not got that many staff. No, it must be taking into account expected performance fees or performance fees we've paid this week or something. If anyone can explain what's happened there and why just there, so that's including bonuses. That must be a rolling average or something. Current, I don't understand. If anyone wants to explain wages to me, I'm all ears. Should we actually play a football match though? Because this is breaking my tiny mind. We've worked a little bit differently over our pre-season this year. We've arranged an awful lot more friendlies. I arranged them myself. We had quite a few bigger games against clubs who were better than us, like Blackpool, Blackburn, Birmingham, Villa. It's almost as if I went through alphabetically, picking them off the screen. And then some confidence boosters against teams not as good as we are, so that we didn't go through the whole summer being stuffed constantly. So we've got a 7-0, a 6-0, a 4-1. So hopefully we're going into this season in fairly decent mood. There you go, fairly decent mood. And fitter than we have been in the past. We're still not fully match fit. I don't know how to do it, clearly. But we're a lot closer than we have been previously. I mean, we've got players, look. Sam Wright, 90% fit. Frankie Masonda, 99% match fit. He's more match fit than he is fit. Who knows? Let's play a football match. Right, last year, obviously, we started the season with 5 straight defeats. And it ended up costing us because we missed out on the playoffs by, 1 point, 2 points in the end. We can't afford to start that badly this year. To be honest, I don't even want the playoffs. I want to go and win the league. This is our 3rd season at this level now. We can't sit around in Conference North forevermore. I know we started with a rubbish team in Gainsborough, and we have made a massive improvement going from just escaping relegation on the last day in our first season to just missing out on the playoffs in the last episode of that season. That's a huge improvement. We need another huge improvement. We need to get promoted this year, and the only way to do that comfortably is to win the league because the playoffs are a lottery. There you go. Mark that down on your cliche bingo cards. But we're 1-0 down. I don't know. Perhaps this new heater I've got in my garage is unlucky. That would be devastating. Look, I'm out here in the garage. It's November. Shirt sleeves. Good heater we've got down there. I like it. No more thick hoodies. No more youth jumpers from me. Sam Wright, I don't know what happened. Did he hit the crossbar? The whole thing just sort of stopped. Why did it stop? I thought those issues had gone away when the beta ended. Tell me it's not the return of the juddering match ending. That would be match engine. Nathan Jarman's just hit the post from miles out. Have we hit the woodwork twice now in the first 15 minutes? Yet we're still behind against newly promoted Corby. We cannot be losing against a newly promoted team. I may as well just resign. Tyrone O'Neill has got his first goal for the club. It's a goal on his debut. A wonderful cross-in from our player of the year from last year, Stephen Brogan. And hopefully we'll see lots more of this. I mean, that's a lovely cross from a difficult position to get a cross in from. And O'Neill, that's a nice little finish. He's a big lad, isn't he? Oh, he's a big lad. He's going to score some goals for us this year. Cue him never scoring again. But O'Neill is away again here. Let's see if he can already prove me wrong. I thought he was going to score a different type of goal. If he can score a nice little finish in the 6-yard box and run from midway through their half and score from range, then I'd proclaim us champions now because we'd finally have a proper striker again. We've not had a proper striker since Nathan Jarman's legs fell off. Right. right, crosses the ball, and that's what I was trying to say there, not right. I'm not stuttering much. The other right is already on a yellow card and nearly got himself sent off then with a tricky tackle. I would argue from behind. Clearly the referee saw it as sort of from the side, but he's got the ball again. What was that? Goodness me. We need to be having words with this like half-time Sam Wright crunching tackle again. He needs to calm himself down. I really should stop playing him as a ball-winning midfielder, but he's good at it. And O'Neill forces a save out of their keeper. I realise getting sent off 3 or 4 times a year isn't that good at it, but when he's not getting sent off, he really is a good ball-winning midfielder. We just need to, I don't know, fit him with a sensibleness thing that means when he's already on a yellow card, he stops flying around like a lunatic. I realise I should probably take him off ball-winning midfielder once he gets the yellow card, but where's the fun in that? This is like playing a game of Jeopardy, and I like it. Right, Green with the cross. Brogan picks it up nicely with them out to Jarman. Jarman crosses. O'Neill can't get there. Brogan crosses again. Back to Jarman again. God, this is hectic. Green to Sam Wright. Don't just shoot from range again. He doesn't. He finds Brogan, who finds Wright. And Jordan Wright has got his first of the year. I don't know why I put a full stop between every word as I was getting excited about that. Perhaps that's what I do now. And, that's... He turned himself inside out. He was facing away from goal when he received that. And then without turning, he was... Ooh. Tell me the match engine's not broken again. That's 2 slight issues. Right, we're top of the league. Finish it here. That's it. That's all we need. We're top of the league. Everyone else must be rubbish. Our new left back has just scored a screamer. Well, Roberts never did that, did he? He never even got in these positions. We've not changed the instructions at all, but look at where Jake Green is. He's just hovering on the edge of the area. First time, smashes it into the top corner. We've got a new star, ladies and gentlemen. That's because I said he wasn't as good as Roberts in the intro, and he just wanted to say, did that centre-back, you've been playing at left-back for 2 years, did he ever do stuff like that? No, it's because he was a centre-back. I'm an actual left-back. Look what I can do. I know that's a lot of words for him to have said to me, using just his body, but he did. Right, let's have a look at Kyle Porter, because we never saw him at all last year, and apparently he's the best player at the club, so we should probably have a look at him. We'll get Connor Robinson on as well, who looks like he can play quite happily as a defensive forward, and then we might take Doyle off in a minute, because he's not having the best of games. And we have Bullock on the bench who can play right back and right wing. So it's good to get some game time into him for when Jordan Wright has his inevitable, I don't really fancy this anymore, boss, like he did for most of the second half of last year. They've just had a good chance. That's their best chance of the game. It's just whistled past our post. We do not want to be letting them back into it yet. We want to hold on to our position at the top of the league and stay there all year. There you go. We're going to bring Bullock on for Doyle. He's certainly not a natural at fullback, but we've got 2 very, very attacking fullbacks on the pitch now who can both play as full-on attacking wingers. So perhaps it's time to put overlap back on, but that maybe will encourage them to get forward a little bit too much. Although we've just seen from Green, it's not a bad thing if they get forward. And Masonda, I don't know what he was doing there. He hung around with the ball for a long time. He got away with it and then covered himself with the header away. And we've got a little bit of a break on here, but apparently the game doesn't want to show us it. And Green lumps it forward to Robinson. And Porter, that's why he's a 4-star player. Look at that, just a whack forward into space. Robinson's closed down brilliantly there. And that was a good chance for O'Neill. And you'd have liked to think he could have done a little bit better with that. Masonda in again. Masonda's actually having quite a good game. Porter, there you go. He does do something a bit more impressive this time. Everything's going through Kyle Porter at the moment. O'Neill is there, and he has scored a different type of goal. It's 4-1 to Gainsborough. Tyrone O'Neill has just put that into the top corner. We're going up as blooming champions. There you go. We'll say it now. Chant along with me. I tell you what, this deserves a sip of gingerbread latte in a Batgirl cup because it's delicious. I don't really need a hot drink now. I've got the heater out here. I could go back to Coke Zero, but it's delicious and it's basically Christmas. Look at that. We're top of the league. Will we still be there next episode? There you go. There's a question for you down in the comments. Or how will Kev mess it up this time? If you've enjoyed that episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me. First episode of a new season. Always like to get to 500 likes. So if you could make my day by making that happen, that would be massively appreciated. Also, let me know what you thought of the return of Everton last night, I think it is. I'm recording them all out of sequence, but if you haven't seen that the Everton series is back, the Everton series is back, and it's going to be out Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday every week. So 2 Football Manager 17 series on the go at all times. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on either of them, and thank you very much for watching.